Alrighty, good morning everybody. What's up? Jonathan here with Boston Collectors, and in today's video, is it worth the asking price? This one is, wow. We're gonna really start breaking this down a little bit later in the video, but that price tag jumps right at you, doesn't it? $515. Commander Oppo with the BARC speeder. Before we really start diving into what's included in the box and everything, as always, don't forget, if you are trying to put down that payment plan, don't forget to apply it. The number of payments, the max is 8, but the lowest can be 2. It's totally up to what you can afford. If you can afford this right out of pocket, I need your job too. Hook me up, all right? But seriously, don't forget to apply that payment plan when you're ready to pre-order. Now, payments start as early as September 5th of this year, believe it or not, and the last one will be in April, depending on if you chose the highest number of payments for your purchase. Now, moving on down to what's in the box, we have Commander Oppo. Obviously, you can't have Commander Oppo and the BARC speeder without the figure, right? Now, with this particular purchase, they did not separate the two, which is kind of unfortunate, because for me, I would have probably purchased Commander Oppo without the BARC speeder for the other release that we'll share in another video, but more on that in the next upload. Now, going back down to what's in the box here, we have Commander Oppo with 6 pieces of interchangeable glove hands, which include a pair of pistol holding hands, 1 pair of grip holding hands, 1 relaxed left hand, 1 open right hand. I'm very thankful we have the grip hands for the bike. We don't have like 1 weird grip hand, 1 weird pistol. Thank you. Thank you for the pairs. But then as we continue through the list, we start losing. Those pairs. 1 left relaxed hand, 1 open right hand. They left out a couple hands that we're familiar with the 501st and the Coruscant guards, but I felt like they could have made up for that by giving us pairs for these. I don't know what happened here. Moving on down though, we have the costume. We're familiar with the costume. A lot of what they're sharing in the description we've seen through Captain Rex, the 501st, as well as the Coruscant guard. Moving on down to the weapons, we're missing a couple of things. We're missing the detonators. I consider those weapons. And we're also missing the sniper blaster as well. Now, again, we're missing a couple of things. For some reason, we just couldn't get pairs of hands here. I'm not really sure why. Let me know what you all think down below. Do you feel like there should have been a little bit of give, or am I asking for too much? Let me know down in the comments. Now, in terms of accessories, we do have that figure stand with the logo and the nameplate. We're familiar with that at this point, right? Moving on to the BARC speeder. This thing, I'm pretty sure this is about the same length as the speeder that we got from the Mandalorian. I don't personally have that one. It looks cool, but I'm pretty sure they're about the same length, maybe a little bit shorter, maybe a little bit longer, but it's not going to be by that much. Now, we do have the articulated grip, foot pedal, steering vanes, engine flaps, and the cannons as well. And then the highly accurate paint job. We also have a specially designed Rocky themed dynamic figure base included as well. Now, they're already pointing out the shipping weight, which is going to be almost 10 pounds. This is going to be a beast to ship. Whew. Before we start diving into the photos and really dissecting this down a little bit, I have a little bit of information on Commander Oppo. And there are a couple of things that I want to talk about before we really start getting into it, because I thought it was interesting that they said Star Wars, the Clone Wars animated series, is where they pulled this from. Now, I want to hear your thoughts on this as well, but before we really start talking about it, if you'd like to stay in the loop on up-to-date news and things of that nature, don't forget to follow us over on Instagram. Any and everything that we hear really early, especially, we share those instantly over on Instagram. And not only that, we also have a community Discord server. So if you'd like to stay up to date on these things, maybe you don't have Instagram, maybe you don't utilize that, but you might have a Discord, that's totally fine. Feel free to join up in the link in the description below. Don't forget to grab your roles for the proper categories that you would like to see. We have Star Wars, Marvel, DC. We do plan to flesh this out a little bit more as we continue. Just hang tight. We wanted to at least get the server up for the community for those of you who are interested. Regardless, we wanted another platform for you all to just hang out and chill and talk to us in. Getting back to Commander Oppo. So going through the photos here, I mean, right away, I was in awe with the video the day before. I was excited. I was a little concerned because for me, I would have liked to have seen the BARC speeder and the figures separate, but to see that they aren't, I'm not really sure how to feel, because if you want Commander Oppo, you can't have him separate, and that's unfortunate because the next release, you still have the BARC speeder included as well. So I feel a little odd about that. Let me know how you all feel down below. But moving on, we do have the vehicle, which the base seems very familiar familiar. I'm pretty sure we see this with the other vehicles. It looks really good. The paint job looks phenomenal. The figure looks as if it holds up pretty well. I'm not really seeing magnets in the feet though. I'm not upset with that. The figure looks incredible. We did not see Oppo in this outfit in Revenge of the Sith, nor did we see it in the Clone Wars. So that's why I thought that it was interesting that they said that this is from the animated series Clone Wars, but again, I'll hold off on that for the end. Now, obviously, they wanted to show what the 332nd looked like with Commander Oppo and this trooper up here on the AT-RT, which if you thought this was expensive, I'm going to guess 7. I'm going to guess 700 for that AT-RT. And I doubt they're going to separate this trooper. If they do, my wife did say this could be the clone commander that's waiting to release, and maybe they will sell that one separately. If they do, great. But if they don't, it's another Commander Oppo situation. Now, these two look incredible together. This looks like Commander Cody to me, with that helmet at least. Even with Commander Oppo there, it's interesting because he doesn't have a rank, or, you know, usually with commanders from the ones that I've seen, they usually have this helmet. But, you know, things change all the time in the Star Wars universe. Things are subject to change often, and it doesn't mean because Commander Cody has it, the next commander will. But no, this is looking pretty solid. Again, I don't see magnets there. I'm pretty sure this will hold up well on its own. I really like all of the handles there, the dents, and well, not necessarily dents, but the fire marks. That looks pretty cool. I don't see any light up features though, because this is supposed to be the thrusters and obviously the engine there. Very odd that they didn't incorporate any LED light up features. I'm not upset by it though, because then it just would have jacked the price up even more. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Let me know down below if you all are picking this up or if you passed on it. If you're not really familiar with Commander Oppo, I'll share a little bit of knowledge on that shortly. I really like that paint there on the front as well. That looks really good. Wow. Yeah, it's looking really good, right? But $515, man. Dang. You don't even get all the right hands, and they took some hands away. They took some weapons away. Commander Oppo's helmet as well. They didn't give an alternative helmet to this, right? Now, before we really start asking ourselves if this is worth the asking price, I kind of want to give a little bit of background on who Commander Oppo is. Now, Commander Oppo, also known as CT-1119, he served under the 501st as a sergeant, and for those of you who didn't know, he was also part of the Battle of Umbara. Now, that's the one with General Krail, Pong Krail. I liked him though. I would have liked to have seen more of him. He was a jerk. Don't get me wrong though. Like, seeing him and what he did with the clones, I was upset, but I really loved his character design and sabers and all of that. I thought he was cool, but I digress. He was promoted to commander after the Battle of Umbara. He was also the one who attacked the Jedi Temple with Anakin. Well, technically Darth Vader, right? He was the one who threatened Bail Organa to leave, and he also had a downward-facing arrow on his helmet in the Clone Wars. Now, that's why I said I felt like Hot Toys should have included that if this is supposedly the Clone Wars Oppo that we all know. If we wanted to change this up, maybe allow us to take this off, maybe have it down by magnets or something, we can change that up a bit with the downward facing arrow on his helmet. He was also, like I said earlier, he was mostly seen in the Battle of Umbara, but this figure is actually from the comics. That's confusing to me because I was initially excited when I saw this figure up for sale because I thought finally they were starting to pull from the comics. But as far as I know, this is his Legends appearance. I wasn't sure why they were pulling from Legends. I think this is them trying to skirt a licensing issue that they might possibly have with Sideshow. I don't think they're able to really go back too far with the Clone Wars because of what Sideshow's trying to do with the animated series line. Now, in terms of the BARC speeder, the BARC, well, B-A-R-C, actually stands for the Biker Advanced Recon Commander Speeder. From the Clone Wars series, yes, I've seen this a couple of times, especially with, what's his name? Terrasunuba? It was an episode where they were chasing down an assailant. He actually had a darker version of this, and it looks pretty much similar. It's just, this is the 501st version, and his was a little bit darker. I believe he took it from one of the Coruscant guards. It's also the Galactic Republic symbol on the back when this is technically, he wasn't serving under the Galactic Republic with this get up on. For those of you who might know a little bit more about the Legends comics, let me know down below. I stay away from Legends stuff because it's so cool and I don't want to mix up what's canon versus what's Legends, so I stay away from it. But this one in particular made me look because I remember Oppo. I thought his character was cool, but I didn't remember this version. In fact, he didn't look like this in Revenge of the Sith, so let me know what you all think down below. Now at $515, man, is it worth the price? Whew. You're not able to get Commander Oppo any other way. Honestly, I think when this is out for everyone to purchase, you're probably going to see a lot of speeders on the market. People are going to pick up this particular set because they want Commander Oppo. They don't want the speeder. Some of them do. Granted, it does look really good, and you can't take that away from the figure set, right? But once this thing is out, people pick it up and it's shipping for them. You won't really see Commander Oppo for sale. If you don't see Commander Oppo and the BARC speeder together, you're going to see the BARC speeders out there everywhere, probably selling pretty cheap as well. For those of us who are picking it up, is it worth $515? That's, ooh, do you love Commander Oppo? Do you have the space? That's really what it boils down to. Because for $515, if you don't even know who Commander Oppo is, you've never seen this version of Commander Oppo, because this is not what you remember, I'm going to say it's not worth the price. Content creators, yeah, go for it. We'll do it. I have one on pre-order now because I'm thinking about you all. I want to do that unboxing and review, and I'll definitely be able to share more with you all once it ships. After that, that's tough because I wouldn't have picked up Commander Oppo with the speeder if it were separate. I would just pick up Commander Oppo and I would get the BARC speeder with the sidecar from the Heavy Clone Trooper, which again, next video, we'll talk a little bit more about that as well. Let me know what you all think down below if this is worth it to you all. This is steep. It's really all in the vehicle. Hot Toys seem to be putting a little bit more into the vehicles this time around, but I would like it if they start splitting these up a little bit. So for me personally, I'm going to say it's not worth it, y'all. Unless, of course, you love Commander Oppo. Again, you have the space. Share your thoughts with me down below. And we're going to leave it here, man. It's getting pretty dark. Star Wars Celebration they're revealing a lot. We have so much to cover. We will be having more videos out soon. Let me know what you all think down below. This is Jonathan with Boston Collectors. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to thumbs up. We'll catch you on the flippity flop.